All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, we're live in full effect. This man, he needs no introduction. He is none other than young Noble. How you doing this evening?
Man, I'm extra blessed, brother. Can't complain if I wanted to, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. I'm doing pretty good. Just trying to stay safe down here during this COVID-19 situation. It's getting pretty bad down here.
Where you at?
I'm out in Prescott, Ontario, so just about 45 minutes in between in between Ottawa and Kingston, Ontario.
Okay, cool. Yeah, man. I see they just extended the border thing out in Canada and America. They still not allowing Americans to come up there, man. I'm supposed to come up there. You know, we've been waiting for the last 2 months, man. You know, me and Deuce got some things to do up there, man. They keep extending it, man. But you know, it is what it is, man. They trying to slow this virus down, man. So we all got to comply with what's going on, you know.
Hey, that is most definitely true, Noble. Most definitely true. But I gotta ask you, man. Like taking you back from the beginning, like what made you decide to get into the music industry?
Well, I didn't really decide it, honestly. You know how they say things happen for a reason, and God don't make mistakes, man. He just put me in a position to do music. So when I moved back to California, you know, I was writing every day. Just I had left Jersey, getting into all this trouble. You know, I'm 17 years old. You know, I was tired of that life. Like I've been through so much, man. And it was like maybe me being out there for maybe about 8 months, going to school, and then I get a call from my homies from my hood, Gaddafi and Fatal, and they was in California with Tupac, man. And I went out there and visited them, and you know, was going out there every weekend, and you know, maybe probably 5 months after of me meeting Tupac, and you know, he moved me into his house even before he heard me rapping all this. When he heard me rapping, it was like, you know, he went crazy, man. He couldn't believe that I was rapping like that. You know, so it was like, you know, he asked me to be in the group, and everybody was like, hell yeah, Noble in the group, man. So it was like I never pursued it at all. You know what I mean? It was just like almost fell in my lap, honestly. You know what I mean? I was exactly where God wanted me to be. Period.
And I have to say, man, you have one of those very unique hip hop voices, man. You know, when people can pick you out of a crowd, you know, you're rapping, you'd be like, that's Noble. You just have that voice, man, very distinct, and that's good to have within the music industry.
Yeah, well, you know, it's my voice, man. You know, I put a little more aggression when I'm, you know, my talking voice and my rapping voice is sometimes different, but you know, it is what it is, man. I'm grateful people, you know, love my voice and love what I do, you know.
And also, in the year 2001, my favorite Outlawz record actually got released by the name of Novakane. I have to ask you, like, what is the inspiration behind that record, and how does it feel knowing that after almost 20 years, individuals are still buying and streaming that record today?
Yeah, they are. Like we damn near get, you know, 300,000, 400,000 streams on Spotify every month. You know what I mean? So people definitely be checking them joints out. But yeah, that was our second Outlawz record. Our first Outlawz album, besides Still I Rise, you know, was Ride With Us, and then we put out Novakane. That 2000 2001 it came out. It was just us, man, just trying to put some good music out to the world. You know, that's what we always try to do. Try to bring some balance to the game. You know, a lot of people was either talking the gangster shit or the extra lyrical shit or the backpack shit or the club shit. We always try to give people real music from our heart, from our soul, for the streets, something that you can listen to and grab onto. You know, just being around Tupac, you know, we had no choice but to develop that niche to make that kind of music. You know what I mean? So, you know, I'm glad you you know, still bumping that record, man. 20 years later. You know what I mean?
Hey, man, most definitely. Like, Our Life and So Many Stories are my two favorite tracks on there.
Dope. That's what's up. Yeah, them was two bangers right there for sure.
And also, in like the very next year in '02, you actually released your debut album, like debut solo record, sorry, called Noble Justice. I have to ask you, what made you decide to do a solo record, aside right after Novakane coming out after a year?
Well, I've been working on an album. Like actually, I had damn near two versions of the album. You know, so I started working on my solo album when we was working on collide with us was songs that was for my solo album, like Hang On and just a few different songs. You know, like I might be working on some Noble stuff and had EDK and Napoleon rap on it. And when we got done with the song, be like, yo, this shit's so banging, you know, this gotta go on the Outlaw album. And it's like, okay, it's cool. You know, everything we was working on that time was for the team. So, you know, I've been was working on a solo album. I mean, from you know, from when Pac was alive. Like I was gonna be his first artist to come out, basically, on Machiavelli Records. You know, he had the record deal for me, like right before he died, the little solo deal and all that. So, you know, everybody always pushed me to do solo things. You know what I'm saying? Like the whole group would be like, no, you know, you a workaholic, man, you got it, do it. You know what I mean? So, you know, like I said, I was working on my solo album when we was working on Ride With Us to Collide With Us. It just so happened to come out a little later. You know what I mean? But I don't know, I just had it in me, man. I've always been a hustler, I've always been a team player, you know, and just trying to play my position. So if everybody like, yo, Nova, you need to work on the solo album, that's what I was doing, you know?
And with that particular record, actually, one of my buddies, he had like baby mama issues, man, like really bad. He was gonna say screw it and just stop dealing with her and the kid. And I was like, nah, man, I got a song to show you. And I actually put in your record, and I played Baby Mama. I'm like, listen to this. Tell me what you think. I'll be back in 5 minutes. You know what I mean? He's like, damn, who is this? So I actually put him onto your music, man. And I think we haven't talked in a good couple years, but far as I know, he was still bumping your music to that day. So.
That's dope. Yeah, Baby Mama, that was one of them records off that album where, you know, a lot of people used to really love that record. I didn't get to shoot no videos off the album. Like that definitely was a song I should have shot a video for. You know, what's crazy is the guy who produced that song, this guy named Gazi. He's from San Francisco. I was up there at the time with my boy JT the Bigger Figure. You know, we was really grinding and learning the independent game. And Gazi he produced that record. And Gazi went on to become one of the biggest independent distribution online companies in the world right now. Like he owned a company called Empire Distribution. And Empire, like they did, like any rapper you could think of, probably got an album out through Empire right now. You know what I mean? So shout out to Gazi, man, for producing that Baby Mama back then. You know what I mean?
And also, when you just brought up JT the Bigger Figure, that's actually one of my next questions, man. You actually joined forces with him for an album called Street Wars. I have to ask you, what's the story behind that formation, and what was it like actually being in the studio with JT?
Well, JT, shout out to JT the Bigger Figure. That's my guy. He actually lives in Africa now. He moved out there about a year or so ago. But a lot of people know this. We told the story a few times, but how we actually learned the independent game was from JT. I'm gonna tell you this story. I don't know if I even told this story in an interview before, but so we was once we got off of Death Row Records, we had to go to court and sue them to get off Death Row. Still Our Lives came out basically right after that time, so you know we could have basically signed to any label, you know, at that time, right? So everybody was interested in the Outlawz. So you know, we had just been sitting on death row, and we didn't want to be just signed to no label. So we was like really thinking hard about our next move, knowing that if you sign to a major label, you could literally, if they don't like your single or something, you could be sitting for 3-4 years and not even put out a fucking album. So we just went through that. We got to figure out what we're going to do. So we started taking meetings. So we taking meetings with major labels, independent distribution companies, anybody who was interested. We wanted to take some meetings and see what we were going to do. So we had a meeting with this company called Bayside. They was based in Sacramento, California. They had all these CDs in their office, right? So we in there waiting for the meeting, and we looking through the CDs, and we see a CD. You say JT the Bigger Figure. I don't remember what the name of the album was, but it said featuring the Outlawz. And we all like, you know, we heard of JT, but none of us did no songs with JT. He had one of our songs on his CD. Mind you, back then in the Bay Area, they was big on bootleg and stuff. Like, they'd take your song and put it on their CD and just to have a bunch of features. Like, that was just some Bay Area shit. So we like, this dude JT got a song. He had a song with us and Helter Skelter. These guys from New York, from the Boot Camp Clique, rest in peace, Sean Price. He had the song we did for them on his album. So we like, oh, this nigga got our a song on his album, he owes some money. Maybe a month later, we do a show in San Francisco. And JT the Bigger Figure, some guy came backstage and was like, yo, y'all heard of JT the Bigger Figure? He want to meet y'all. He outside the dressing room. We like, oh, shit, that's the nigga who just had us on his CD. Yeah, tell him to come in here. So JT comes in there and, off the rip, we like, yo, what's up? You had us on your CD. You know what I mean? Like, it got heated. Like, we damn near almost got into a fight with him. Mind you, JT was a boss. He knew everybody at the concert. The guy who had us up there was an official dude. So he basically was like, nah, Outlawz, y'all my niggas. JT, this my nigga. Y'all can't fight. Y'all got to talk it out. So me and JT stepped to the side. We talking this shit. He like, yo, I put the shit on there. My bad. I didn't know y'all was going to take it like that. But here, let's figure something out. Tomorrow, y'all up here. I'm going to put some money in your pocket. So the next day, we wound up hooking with JT. He bought a few songs from us, a few verses from us. He wound up calling all these rappers from the day. And we doing all these songs. So we made like that. We made definitely a few $1,000 that next day with JT. But we was having a conversation with him. And I'll never forget it. He was like, yo, if I had y'all name, I'd be super rich right now. Like, y'all need to go independent. Y'all got millions of fans. Yo, y'all been on All Eyes on Me, Machiavelli, Still I Rise just came out. Y'all don't need no motherfucking record label. Y'all need to go independent and get that $10 a record. Like, y'all sell 100,000 records, y'all make $1 million. We like, we can sell 100,000 records in our sleep. So we went that route. Me and JT, from that point on, that was my guy. So right after that, I go to the Bay. Me and him did the Street Wars album. I go up there. I'll be up there for like a week. He been on call damn near every rapper in the Bay and have him come do a song with me. I've been and left the Bay. I've been and had, $60,000, $75,000, man, just from, doing features with different dudes, man. So JT is literally responsible for teaching us the independent game, and we went that route from the advice he gave us. You know what I mean? Like, you got to think, when Tupac was alive and he got out of jail, it was nonstop working every day, nonstop studio, movies, drinking, smoking, girls. We never got a chance to learn anything about the business, and I mean, like, literally nothing. We didn't get to learn anything about the business. So, meeting JT and how we met him and all that, it was a super blessing, man, because to this day, we never signed to a major. We still independent. We can put out albums anytime we want. We own our whole catalog, tons and tons of albums. We get paid for them every 30 days. It's a beautiful thing, man. You know what I mean?
And one thing I do want to say, I don't blame you guys for actually getting upset at him as well. You know what I mean? I think maybe he should have reached out in the first place, because taking people's verses.
So that was just a Bay Area thing. Like, it wasn't just him that was doing that. Like, a whole bunch of Bay Area is the mecca of the independent game. So they would sell. I'm gonna tell you how they would do it. They would press their own albums up, and they would sell them directly to record stores. This was back when record stores, it was record stores. There is no record stores right now in 2020, right? But back then, the whole Bay Area, it was Messy Marv or San Quinn or JT, they would press their own, record their own music, album cover, all that, get it all pressed up, and they would sell their music directly to the store. So they might go to this one store and this one store, oh, he's huge up here. JT, we want 1,000 CDs. They're giving him, whatever price he's giving them to him for. $10 a piece probably to the store, and, the store is probably selling them for $14.99 or $15.99. So these guys was literally, like, getting rich, bro, without no middleman, going directly to the store. So you might have guys out there, and they'll be like, you know what, well, I'm going to do a compilation. I'm going to grab a song with Outlawz on it. I'm going to grab a song with such and such from the East Coast on it. It'll never really make its way to the East Coast, but they've been unsold 25,000 records in the Bay Area alone. You know what I mean? They've been you know what I mean? Like, $500,000 off their goddamn CD, and it didn't even reach New York. You get it? But that was a normal thing for them guys to take people's songs and put it on their shit up there. We just didn't know nothing about that shit. You know what I mean? And you know, I thank God that we saw our name on JTCD and he came to the fucking show to show love, and we almost got to a fight with him, and the nigga stopped it, and we wound up talking like men, and that nigga the next day put all his fucking money in our pocket. And guess what? We was cool ever since then, and we did a few projects, and we made tons of money together. You know what I mean? JT was such a beast. I done seen this dude have an album cover, bro. This was back in like 2001, 2002, like that type of shit. This dude would make an album cover. He didn't even start on an album yet, and he would get pre-orders from all the record stores up there where they would cut checks for him. Okay, JT, we want 5,000 of these albums. And cut him a check, and he didn't even start recording a fucking album yet.
Holy crap. Hey, you know what?
Genius.
He must have been hella fucking good at what he's doing. That's crazy.
You hear me?
I can hear you perfectly, man. That's some crazy shit, though. Like 5,000 without even getting a cover done yet.
It's using. I'm talking about not just. I'm not talking about one store. I'm talking about a whole chain of stores all across the Bay Area of cut this guy check, and he wouldn't even have the album started on yet. He just have the artwork. Wow. You feel me? And next thing you know, he been made $200,000, and he didn't even start recording the album yet. The pre-orders paid for the album. Like, this is game. You know, anybody listening, this is game. Like, this was back then where, you know, that type of shit was unheard of. I used to see JT do shit like that. Like, yo, if you use your brain and think out the box a little bit, man, you can fucking kill it, man. And we've been doing it ever since, man. You know what I mean?
Oh, most definitely, man. You guys have been growing hard, man. Like, just like Deuce said earlier on in the interview I had with him, you guys have been dropping nothing. You guys' catalog is probably one of the biggest catalogs in all of hip-hop. Like, I'm going to tell you that for a fact. There's videos, Noble, that comes out that I try and watch every single one. But it's hard for me to keep up half the time. Because I always find that one video where I'm like, for fuck's sakes, like, I haven't watched this one yet? Like, you know what I mean? You got your catalog is huge.
Yo, because I work, you know, I learned my work ethic from Pac, man. So, you know, it was a lot of people around Pac at the time, man, and a lot of people got different things from him. But my experience with him and being around him, he worked through his stress, through his pain, you know, through everything. Like, that's how he dealt with coping with the world around him and him being a celebrity and still trying to figure out, you know, life and where to go and how to just maneuver through this fucking maze of Hollywood and celebrity. He worked, man. And you know, that's what I got from him. So, you know, if you know anybody who know us or been around us, you know, they'll tell you Noble is I'm a workaholic, man. You know, that's just what I do. I love it. I love what I do, you know, and I still hear Pop voice, you know, every day in my head. You know what I mean? What y'all gonna do? And it's like, you know, I show and prove, man. So to me, as far as the Outlaws, like, the hard work really started once he died. You know, when he was alive, us doing songs and, you know, all the songs I'm on, Hail Mary and, you know, Just Like Daddy or just whatever fucking songs that we all was on, we contributed like a motherfucker. We all did our thing on it, but it was really Tupac leading the way. You know what I mean? So it was like, it was almost easy. Like, he could have put any half-ass dope rapper on them songs, and, you know, they could have been something, you know, because he was already Tupac. The real hard work for the Outlaws started after he died. You know what I mean? Like, it just did. Like, I'm talking about even to the point of doing hooks on records. Like, when Pac was alive, none of us did no hooks. Like, nobody even knew how to even do any hooks. The first hook, Pac, I remember him asking anybody to do a hook was me. And I was on Hail Mary. Like, if you the last part where we be like, if it's on, then it's on. We raised beat breaks. Like, that was, if Pac liked it, that would have been the hook for Hail Mary. But when he told me, he was like, yo, write a hook for this. I'm like, write a hook for this? You know, I ain't know how to write no fucking hook. I said, I'll try, though. You know what I mean? So he wound up saying, oh, no, that's dope. We'll put that at the end, but I'm going to do something else. Thank God he didn't let that be the fucking hook, and he wrote Hail Mary. You know what I mean? But, you know, it's like the real hard work with us, man, it started after he passed, man, where we had to really, like, learn the business. Like, none of us knew anything about the business when he was alive. And it was like when he died, we had to learn the business, trial and error, you know, got robbed for millions of dollars. You know, all kind of shit, bro. Like, we really went through this in real life, trial and error, man. You know what I mean?
And the one thing I do want to say before I move on to the next question, man, like, you guys have been really holding it down for Tupac for many, many years, man. You guys, literally, there's a lot of people out there that claim they're down, man, but I see you guys 110% honoring your brother's name and legacy, man. So keep doing what you're
By
doing,
the way,
man. I know damn well Pac is proud.
I appreciate it, man. And the way to honor him for me is to be the best he can be, man. To be the best we can be. You know, work hard, stay the fuck out of trouble, stay the fuck out of the nonsense, internet beef. You know, Pac been going for 24 years, and it's a new Tupac beef every other week. It's like people create their own Tupac beef just to have their name associated with this guy. You know what I mean? So that's how we honor him, man, by staying the fuck alive, staying out of the nonsense, and working hard and putting great music out. You know what I mean? Like, you know, we've been doing this shit, 10 years before social media even came out. You know what I mean? So, it's a blessing, man. It's been a blessing. It's been a curse as well. It's a lot that come with it, man. But it's the life of an outlaw, brother. You know.
And also, speaking of hard work, man, you guys have been featured on 60 million plus records all over the globe, but never been signed to a major label. How does it feel knowing that you were that successful, being an independent artist and doing it all on your own and owning all your work?
Well, it's definitely more than 60, man. It's probably more like 70 something, damn near 80 at this point. Like it's been a lot. You know what I mean? Like. That's just Tupac stuff. That ain't even counting all the records we done sold on our own. You know what I mean? So, it's a blessing, man. Like I said, it's been a whole lot of shit that actually come with it. Being blackballed. Before Pac passed, it was like, niggas tried to destroy the whole game on some beef shit. And when he died, it was like so many doors got slammed in our face, man. Just from that aspect alone, man. So, when he died and we learned the game, the independent game, it's like we didn't have to knock on nobody's door or knock on no labels and say, yo, can we drop some music through y'all or y'all want to fuck with us? It's like, we outlaws, man. We live outside that shit, bro. Like, me personally, I don't even live my life like I'm a part of the industry. Like, I make music, man. Like, I love making music and putting it out for motherfuckers who love it and fuck with us and still buy it and purchase it. But as far as like the industry, I'm not even a part of the industry, bro. Like, I live in Atlanta. I get invited to, when there wasn't no coronavirus. I'm talking about like damn near every day, man. Club promoters, everybody, invite me to clubs and come to do this. It's like I get paid to go club, man. I'm not, I don't just go hang out like that. Like, them days is over for me, man. I'm not trying to be in the industry circle and none of that type of shit, man. I just like making music, man. Like, I don't walk around, like I'm some rapper dude. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even buy jewelry no more, bro. Like, like these dudes lucky I don't be trying to floss for them. Like, I could be out here flossing like a motherfucker, but I'm way past that stage, man. We was doing that shit when we was kids, man. Pac died when I was 18 years old, bro. You know what I mean? I'm 42 years old now, man. Like, it's a long time ago, man. You know what I mean? So, we blessed, man, but we live outside of the music industry, man. We just make music, you know what I mean, and put it out for our fans directly for them, you know?
And I gotta say, this next question I'm getting into, man, I remember this because I remember when you guys were on Sway in the Morning. I remember watching this the moment it got uploaded to YouTube back in 2011, and I was praying that you guys weren't going to, but I remember, and I always wondered why though. But you guys dropped the Perfect Timing record back in 2011, which in my opinion is one of the most inspirational, heartfelt Outlawz records I've ever listened to. Every track is a slapper. But I was watching Sway in the Morning, and you guys were contemplating that it was going to be your last record. If you don't mind me asking, like, what made you guys think about calling it the quits during those times?
Just getting older and wanting to try different things, and that's pretty much it. It's like sometimes you got to go away for motherfuckers to actually appreciate you. It's almost like people are infatuated with the crash and burn theory, man, where when you're alive, you don't really get the love or the respect or the credit you deserve. But as soon as you fucking die, you know, you're lifted up to this whole nother platform. You know what I mean? Where it's like, you know, when you're alive, you they never let you smell the roses, man. You know what I mean? So that was definitely the thought process back then. But I'm gonna be honest with you, we there in real life right now. Like y'all might get one more album from me and Edie. Y'all might we got one more mission to complete as the Outlawz. Is something huge we working on. I'm not even going to discuss it, but that's our main goal and main mission. And you know, accompany what we working on. We might do an album with it, but y'all might get one more album with me and Edie, and you know, we both on the verge of retiring and focusing on doing other things. Like, you know, I got multiple streams of income. You know, I'm about to get into a few other different things, man. Like, I love peace, man. I love to relax. I love going to the beach. I love spending time with my family and being a father. This rap shit is something. It's way different than when we came into the game. You know, it's just all around the board. The internet, it's like, you know, these dudes could snitch and then come out and, you know, everybody's still supporting them. It's like, boy, this you know, people coming out with all these lies and people believing them. It's like, this game is not for the weak-hearted, man. And we've been putting in work for so long. You know, it's like, you know, when we actually say we done with this shit, then people gonna be going through all them records like, God damn, like these niggas was like giving us the game the whole time. Like right now with all that's going on with Black Lives Matter and you know, police brutality, these are all stuff that we've been talking about constantly. It's from 1996 on to now, you know, so it's like now it's the trend where you got mainstream artists, different artists, they trying to make the kind of music that we've been making. We've been telling y'all to keep your head up and to you know, just all the shit, man. We've been, if you go through our catalog, you know, that's all we've been talking about, man. Worldly shit, you know, the oppressed, the hopeless, the struggles of life. Like we've been talking about all that shit, man. So it's like, you know, I guess it's coming full circle with the music where, you know, everybody else trying to make that kind of music now, which is good. Like people need to be putting out substance and making music that matters, man. So it's almost like, you know, when you say I'm not doing this no more, and you're no longer here, and you know, that's when motherfuckers actually dig into your music a little more, you know. So God forbid, you know, whenever I'm no longer here, people gonna be able to listen to my music. And they're going to be able to get my soul from it. When my daughter gets older, you know, or my grandkids get older, and you know, my great-grandkids, and I'm no longer here, they're going to be able to listen to my music, and they're going to be able to get some real-life game from that shit. You know what I mean? Some real-life shit. Like, not just one song, two songs. I'm talking about, like, then there's thousands of songs, man, where I'm giving them, you know, real game, real life stuff that they can hold on to. You know what I mean? And you know, that's important. Like pop music, you know, when his music was extremely important when he was alive. But it's like when he died, it's even more potent and relevant. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, when a nigga alive and telling y'all this shit, don't go left, don't go left. When something happened, a nigga died, like damn, this nigga was telling us don't go left the whole time. Yeah, but y'all wasn't listening, man. Y'all was, you know. I guess it just comes with the game, man. You know, people infatuated with the crash and burn, man. They want you to be a young black male, become successful, you know, try to leave the streets and get into the rap game and still want to beef every day and throw all this shit away from nothing, man. They infatuated with the crash and burn after Tupac. You know, see how many rappers done crashed and burned since Tupac? They become successful, and you know, next thing you know, they either dying or getting arrested. You know what I mean? It's like that's not how this game is supposed to be, man. You know what I mean? You try to get in the game and do music to get up out that bullshit. You know what I mean? Not actually go full-fledged on with this shit once you get successful. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. So, you know, once we say we totally done with it, then, you know, the album's probably going to even sell even more then. Like, yo, we ain't gonna get no more music from these guys, and then they're gonna just have to listen to, all the music we've been giving them for these last 24 years. All this good game we've been dropping on them, man. So, it's gonna be around for eternity, man. I just want to count. I want you to, when you hear Young Noble, you getting some music that means something. You know what I mean?
And with the young Perfect Timing album there, Noble, I actually remembered this. Back in 2011, I was in high school, you know what I mean? And in my mind, you know what I mean? I was like, the whole city's gonna want this record. So I remember waking up at 4 in the morning, walking at least 4 miles to the nearest CD shop, standing outside so that when they open at 6, I could rush in, grab my copy of Perfect Timing, so I can be like, yo, I'm the first dude in this fucking town to be able to have this record, and I jumped on the school bus. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean? I was one of the first guys in my town to have it. And then when I got home, that's when I actually watched your guys' interview, and then I was like, oh shit. So I want to say, now that you're even saying it now, I want to say, Noble, well, I have you here on the line, man. Just thank you for years of hip hop, bro. You know what I mean? Whether this is your last album is coming out at midnight or the next one, just no matter what, man. Thank you. Like, you touched a lot of people
I'm not done
worldwide.
yet. I appreciate all that, man. I'm definitely not done yet. I definitely got more to get out my soul. I love it. I'm still young. I'm only 42. You got dudes like Jay-Z. These guys are like 50 years old, man. You know what I mean? Older than that, still doing it. You know what I mean? But I think our situation is a little different, man. Like, it's not too, not even not too many. I don't think no other rapper on this planet Earth could we've been through shit that it's kind of even hard to explain, bro. Like, we was a group of 7, we down to 3, we down to 2, 3 died, and just being affiliated with Tupac, this is the most controversial rapper that ever lived. So just even being affiliated with him, bro, like, I'm talking about from day one, he died. Like, we used to have all kind of fights and shit on a regular basis, bro, just from going outside. And somebody might be like, oh, Tupac ain't around no more. It's like, you know what I mean? It's like we've just done been through so fucking much in this game, bro. Where it's like, sometimes it's just like, you know what? This shit might be, it might run its course, man. You just want to live, man. Make money, live, enjoy your family, fucking, go travel and do things that make you happy. You know what I mean? It's like, you almost, being affiliated with Tupac, man, like, to this day, bro, 24 years later, man, Tupac got a new beat every other goddamn week, man. He been going for 24 years, man.
And when we're actually, before we leave the topic of Perfect Timing, the one thing I wanted to ask you is one of my favorite songs on the Perfect Timing record is actually "Remember Me." Such a heartfelt, inspirational track, man. Helped me get through tons of hard times. Would you be able to tell our listeners a story behind that inspirational song?
It's no real special story to the song. It was just a dope song that, we concocted for the album. You know what I mean? It's definitely one of them heartfelt joints. Man, who's the guy that sing on there? We got a real dope singer on there too. He's actually one of Kanye's guys, man. Like, he do all this stuff for Kanye. Damn, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But I don't know. That's just what was one of them dope records, man. Music with us is feeling. So that when that beat came up, it told us what to say on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, and I have to say, like, that singer was absolutely phenomenal as well, man. He was
Yeah.
actually Tony Williams was his name, I believe it was. I think it was Tony Williams.
Tony Williams. That's exactly what his name is. Shout out to Tony Williams. He killed that record with us, man. That was definitely a great record. Like, to me, like, those, we got so many records like those that's like gems. Like, like, we was actually signed to a major label and had a budget behind us, the whole radio thing. Like, we done made so many hit records, man. But without actually putting that money up, that big bread up to actually get the shit on the radio, it's like, they great records. It's great on the radio or not on the radio. They great records, but we done made tons of records like that could have been like huge smashes if they was on the radio. You know what I mean?
And you also joined forces and have done a great amount of work, as everybody already knows, with Toronto, Ontario, Canada's own Deuce Deuce. I have to ask you, how did you guys meet? Like, what's the story behind that iconic formation? Because your guys' chemistry is phenomenal.
appreciate that, man. Deuce is, our relationship developed from us working to becoming brothers, But it started years back, man. I don't remember exactly what year it was. It might have been like 2008 or something like that, 2009 or something. I've been knowing Deuce for some years now. But we was up in the Bay, not the Bay. We was up in Toronto. I think we did a concert, and one of the guys, everywhere we go when we do concerts, we usually have the promoter, just tell them to spread the word. We come in, a lot of independent artists in the area or major artists. Let them know the Outlawz is in town. They need verses or something, tips or something. Let us know. We work out good prices for the independent guys. And this guy did that. So we wound up doing a couple different songs with a few Toronto artists while we was up there. And Deuce was one of the guys. So we wound up doing a song with Deuce. And I'm pretty sure we shot the video. We did. We shot the video with him when we was there. It was called The Streets. That was the first joint we did with him. Me and Edie did the shit with him, a song and a video. And I just thought he was just a real cool dude, man. And we wound up keeping in touch. And we started doing more music. And then it just developed from there, man. So, it started from us having a business friendship, you know what I mean? And it just developed to a brotherhood, man. Like, me and Deuce don't ever have to do another song, for the rest of our lives, man. That's my motherfucking brother, man. He's such a genuine good dude, man. Like, he remind me of myself, man. Like, he got he don't pay no attention to the nonsense. Like, Deuce is like he's as solid as an individual could get, man. In real life, for real.
And I gotta give Deuce a shout out as well, man. Like, he was actually, like, when I first started doing this whole radio thing, I was only gonna play music and just try and keep, like, real hip hop going. But then I created an IG, and he's one of the first people to ever reach out for an interview. And I'm telling you, Noble, I was scratching my head because I'm like, what the fuck? How do I do an interview?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like I told you when you reached out to me, like, probably the last 2 years, I'm probably turned down 200, not 200. At least 100 interviews, at least. The biggest platforms, like, you see Edie and Napoleon, they just was on Vlad. Like, I was like, Vlad, I'm cool. We could do it later. Like, I'm tired of giving out our story for free. Like, we done did interviews where, a guy hit me up from a guy I might know from back in the day. Yo, I'm working on a DVD, man. It's for hip-hop. Hop on the DVD for me. Do a little interview. You did the DVD for this guy, just on the strength because he the homie for free. Next thing you know, he been and got a deal for this DVD for $1 million. And won't come back and be like, yo, I just got this deal. Now you done did an interview with this guy for this DVD, and he got the shit. Now it's on fucking TV, and you done did an interview for him for free. And the nigga don't even reach back out like, yo, man, they go $5,000 or something, man. You know what I mean? Y'all help me get this deal for this DVD from doing that free interview. So I'm just like tired of giving our story away for free. And like I said, we're working on something real huge. I'm not gonna speak on it. So I'm just falling back from all that shit for a minute, man. It's like people think they know what they know, don't know shit. It's like we gonna put our story out, man, and it's gonna be how it need to be. You know what I mean?
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Noble. When I actually reached out,
so I'm doing this interview for you. Let me say my point. I'm doing this interview for you because I see you've been grinding, and I remember when you called me on my hotline and what transpired and all that, and I'm like, yo, that conversation with us when you called on my hotline and us talking, it inspired you. You started Outlaw Radio and you DJ Immortal now, and I'm like, look at that. Just from our conversation, he done started a whole radio thing. He's doing hella interviews every week. So I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna do this for you, bro. You know what I mean? Straight up. Like, I'm proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, bro.
I appreciate that, bro. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you, Noble. When I reached out to about a week ago, I saw you guys had a record coming out. Deuce hit me up and he was like, "Hey, brother, can I come back on and promote this new record?" I'm like, "Of course." You know what I mean? Like, what date do you want? Let's get it done. And so I threw the Hail Mary pass. I looked at my wife. I was sitting there on the couch with her. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna throw a Hail Mary pass in Noble. I'm like, I don't want to bug him all the time, but I'm gonna throw one Hail Mary pass. I'm just gonna ask him one last time. If he turns me down, I'm gonna respect it, and then, you know what I mean? Just kind of move on, right? So I reached out, and you said, yeah, let's do it. And I screamed like a girl, bro. My fucking word. I was like, what the? My wife covered her ears. She's like, what the
Man.
hell? And I'm like, sorry.
But I told you once I start doing interviews again, I would do one for you. You know what I mean? So, and I'm still not even doing interviews again like that. But for you, I've been watching you grinding, and I want to support what you're doing, man. So it's nothing but love, good brother.
I appreciate that, man. And also, in about less than 2 hours, man, your record is actually going to be released on the East Coast. It'll be dropping on all social media platforms, you know what I mean? I gotta ask you, man, what can our listeners expect from this brand new record that's coming out, man? What will transpire in their earphones tonight at midnight?
But this is me and Deuce's fifth album. So, I mean, if you've been rocking with me and Deuce, I mean, you already know what to expect from this album. It's good music. That's just what we do. Like I'm at a point where, when I make music, I mean, I've been at this point. Like we've been independent, we've been decided, trying to make music for the club because even when you make records for the club, you gotta pay thousands of dollars for your shit to get on the radio. And we just not giving these radio people $100,000 for them to play our records. Fuck that. We already got a huge fan base. So I make music because I love making it, man. I want to give people something that means something. And Deuce feel the same way. Deuce, for our music, it meshed real good, man, because he got the same intention in his heart when it comes to his content and the music we making and the substance and trying to, add something positive to this fucking crazy world, man. You know what I mean? So it's extremely easy to do music with Deuce, man. It's the same way as if me and Edie doing music. Like, it's just easy because we got the same intentions in what we doing. We could be making all kind of other shit, but me personally, I want to make something that I can get when I get in the car, I can play for my daughter. You know what I mean? With my daughter, like, Daddy, this is dope. Where I'm like killing it, and I might not even curse on it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I want to make something that, like I said, man, I could get in the car and play it for my 12-year-old daughter, man, and she'd be like, oh, Dad, like my daughter loves my music, man. So I'll be trying to make stuff where she listens to it, like, oh, this is some real music, something that she could hold on to. You know what I mean? So, me and Deuce, the album, Watch the Signs, it's a dope album from top to bottom. If you love the previous 4 albums we did, you're going to absolutely love this one. You know what I mean? Period.
And when you said that without the cursing and whatnot, I remember what popped in my head was one of your verses, actually. I believe from When It Rains on the Growth album, when you said, I don't write rhymes, I write scriptures. I told you 20 years ago, right? That right there is what you're doing, man, because you're not writing rhymes, you're actually writing a scripture for individuals to really follow and, you know what I mean, to be able to listen to whenever they feel down and out, man, and help bring their spirits back up.
Yeah, man, I just think that's I just think, just from over the years and, touring the world, man, and shaking thousands of people's hands and looking them in their eyes and having conversations with them. And, we go in the club. We've been flew to somewhere and just get off the plane. I might got a headache or something, man, and we got to do a concert, and you do it in the after party, and all these people want to come up to us, man, and talk to us and almost tell us their story, man. And 9 times out of 10, it be how our music helped them in some form of fashion or inspired them in some form of fashion. Either our music or, something we made with Pop or, they telling us about Pop, the song he did. It's all the same thing, bro. Like, you can't imagine how many hands I done shook and people look me in my eyes and be like, yo, I love y'all, man. Like, y'all, like I live for y'all music, man. And it's like, you got to give them something, man. You know what I mean? You got to give them something they can hold on to, bro. So, I feel like that's my duty. And then when you look around at hip-hop, there's not a lot of people doing it, man. You got some great artists out there, man. But, like actually giving them that soul food music, it ain't, I don't know nobody who can make it like us and Pop. It's just something that we know how to do. And I haven't came across any other artist who does it like we do it. You know what I mean? And that's just my opinion from all these years of doing music. Like, we just got a knack for making soul music. Ghetto gospel is what Pop called it. That's the name he gave the kind of music that Tupac and the Outlawz. Ghetto gospel. You know what I mean? So
And
That's our duty to do that.
and also aside from like your solo records, your records you do with Deuce and the Outlawz records, every year you actually drop a free mixtape called Outlaw Nation that features underground and independent artists. I'm have to ask you, what made you decide to start Outlaw Nation, and what can we expect from the seventh?
We'll give you a little game on that as well, man. Like, first and foremost, I'm a businessman, and I'm a hustler as well, man. So, over the years, there's been so many people that hit me up and damn near begged me to be a part of something I'm doing. Or Outlawz, like, yo, I would love to be on, like, it'd be dope rappers, man. Like, yo, I would pay y'all to be on the Outlawz album. Or, yo, I would pay you to be on a Noble album. It's like, nah, man. Like, if I'm working and I'm working on a Noble album and I do 20 songs, I don't care who on the songs that I'm putting my features on. If they don't make the cut of the 12 songs, it don't make the cut. I'm going to use them songs on something else. You know what I mean? Then I thought about it one day. I said, you know what? All these people want to be on our projects. I'm gonna start Outlaw Nation, where obviously I'm gonna charge them to be on the songs. But so now you got Outlaw Nation Volume 1, right? Where I might have 15, 20 different guys on the CD from different places, California, New York, Switzerland, Germany, goddamn London. So now I got all these people. Not only are they done paid me. I done probably made 25,000 from actually letting them be on the CD. They actually promoted as well. So now I got all these people from different parts of the world promoting this CD as well that I'm giving away for free. So I got paid to do it. It's helping them because also I let them use the song for their mixtape. We're not selling it, but if you want to drop a mixtape, you can use this song and have a Young Noble feature on your mixtape as well. So if you was gonna pay me for a feature, you getting two things for one. Not only you getting a feature for me to be on your mixtape, you getting to be on my mixtape and getting that exposure as well. So thinking about it as a business thing, it's like I'm giving away this mixtape for free, but I just got paid $30,000 to record it. You feel me?
And that's true, you know what I mean? But it's still a good thing as well, because it also gives these underground artists exposure as well. It's the best of both worlds for everyone.
It gives them exposure. And so it's like I got all these different people from all across the world on it, and they're helping promote it, and they're featured on it, and they're getting exposure. So they're getting that exposure, then they can use the song for their CD as well. So it's like, it's just a concept I thought of from people hitting me up. Yo, I want to pay to be on your CD. And I'm like, nah, bro. Like, when I'm in my creative space, you can't pay me to be on a song to be on my CD. That's just not how I work. I make money in my sleep. I don't need you to pay me to be on. Because I might do the song with you, but the 12 songs that I want to go on the album might be way better than that. So it's like, nah, man. Then now I'm like, I don't want to put this song on the album, and they're like, oh, I paid you. It's like, nah, we're not doing that, man. So the whole process came from people hitting me up wanting to pay to be on our music, and then at the same time thinking about all these different people that rock with us, and they feel like they outlaws as well, man. So I say, you know what? I got to come up with something where I can let people be a part of it. You know what I mean? And it's going to benefit them. They're going to get that exposure. They're going to be able to use the song for themselves as well. They're going to help promote the shit as well. Like some of these dudes in different, like some of these dudes, like, them had some of these songs, like, playing on the radio stations in different countries and shit. You know what I mean? So it's like you just never know different people you're dealing with and what they could bring to the table, man. So I'm an independent artist, and from day one, from our very first album, Ride With Us to Collide With Us, we had probably 7, 8 different independent artists rapping on that album with us. Like, so from Jump Street, we always supported the streets and the underground and the independent artists, man. So, Outlaw Nation was birthed from people hitting me up like, yo, I want to be on your CD. Like, fuck them paying me to be on their CD. They want to be on some of my shit. So I'm like, you know what? How can I actually make this work? Outlaw Nation was formed. So I'm doing it. I'm getting paid to record a free mixtape. I'm giving independent artists exposure. They promote it, all over the place, and they could use the song for their CD as well. So it's
And also, aside from your music part of things for a minute there, you also have your own clothing line. Well, I wouldn't say clothing, it's more than that as well. Your own merchandise line called Outlaw University. If you can you tell our listeners what kind of merchandise you have available? And of course, where can we purchase it?
outlawuniversity.net. We got, t-shirts, hoodies, hats, all kind of shit on there, man. You know what I mean? That's what we do, baby.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Noble. I'm gonna say this to everyone listening right now. You know what I mean? I'm wearing my Outlaw shirt that I actually bought. I think it was all close to 2 years ago now. And I'm telling you, the lettering is still perfect. Nothing wore out. Quality
Oh,
T-shirt, man. So get your T-shirt today. You got to pay that U.S. currency, but the exchange rate for the shirt, I'm telling you, man. I've had other shirts, Noble, that ripped after like 2 weeks. This one's been going on two
bro,
years, bro.
my people order my clothing every day from like all across the world, bro. Like they really, really support this shit. And I actually just got a new team, a couple months ago, so like my just the process and how we handle customer service, like, with the pandemic been going on, some people haven't been getting they product, so we either, you know, send them something else, and so people might actually get two shirts. Like if they order a shirt and it should be taking too long and they didn't get it, it's like we either refund them their money immediately or we send them something else and see if it goes through. But the pandemic shit been crazy with these post office, man. But shout out to everybody who's been supporting Outlaw University, man. Like they be ordering, every day, man. All like literally all across the world, man. Like we be. So like I said, I got a new team, man, that handles my customer service. Everything is shipped out immediately. It's a beautiful thing, man. Like I don't realize with any business, customer service is the main thing with it. So we hands on with this shit, and it's been going extremely smooth, and we about to step it up even more and have all type of different clothing on our shit.
And also, aside from like the music and like the clothing and the business and whatnot, you were also in the year 2013. You were in the movie titled Bound by Blood. I have to ask you, how did that movie role come to be for you, and what was it
That
like being in
movie,
that
that
film?
movie we didn't even film that movie. It was just, it was something that we was going to do. Me and the homie we actually still might do it. He actually wrote the script to it, so it was something we was talking about, but it wasn't. It never came out. We didn't even film it. You know what I mean? But on another note, let me throw this in there. We just launched a new line of CBD. We partnered up with a company out of Minnesota. They one of like the top companies when it comes to making CD. Like they whole team is scientists, so all they care about is the quality. You know what I mean? So we just launched a new line of CBD. We got pre rolls, gummies, tinctures, all kind of stuff, man. And so people could go to outlawshemp.com. And if CBD, it helps with anxiety, sleeplessness. A lot of people use it for pain. It helps people that's in pain, got arthritis, and just all kind of different benefits of CBD. Man, if you never used CBD before, research it, man. There's so many benefits to CBD. It's not weed. We ship international. People can order it online. It'll show up right to their doorstep, man. So if you dealing with any of those symptoms, man, and you want to try some CBD, go to outlawshemp.com.
That sounds great, man. Like, so you can actually get it outside of the U.S. as well. Like, you guys don't have to deal with any like custom people, because I know some countries are probably pretty flaky on that, just because CBD, they might think it's marijuana.
Nah. It's definitely we can ship damn near everywhere. You know, it's official for sure.
And also, one of my favorite songs, actually, that's your recent one, is actually called "A New Drug," which is very relevant to what is going on in today's society. When you were in the studio creating that song, like, what inspired you to create such a powerful song?
Just watching the way of the world and social media. Social media is like it's almost like elementary school these days, man. Everybody's looking for attention. You know, grown men. You know, grown women. You know, it's everybody's just looking for attention. Lies, just any way they could get some attention for something. People are looking for it on social media. And It's just I'm just paying attention to it. Like it's just crazy, how shit is, man. Where if you in the street and something is happening to you, somebody's probably gonna pull out their phone and record you before they actually help you, man. It's not just I'm just thinking of this. Like this is like the reality. I'm seeing it from watching other motherfucking shit. So I'm seeing a video with somebody going through some shit, and I'm in my mind, I'm like, put that fucking phone down and go help the motherfucker. You know what I mean? But it's like, motherfuckers sit there and record you and watch you die, man. Just so they could post it on their YouTube shit, for some views, or post it on their fucking Instagram page, man. It's literally the new drug, man. Like if you got your eyes open, if you got your third eye open, you don't even need your third eye open to see what's going on. If you just paying attention at all. But a lot of people are actually, they love it. A lot of people is, they love drama. They love seeing other people suffer. It's entertainment when other people is going through crazy shit in the world. I just don't get that, man. Where people just entertained by other people's destruction, man. It's like Pop. The people so fascinated from this crash and burn, this big star and going through all this shit and getting shot and dying. It's like, it's all entertainment to them, man. So, when somebody's actually on the ground and, something just happened, the motherfucker just shot him, they record it. It's entertainment. Oh, such and such just got shot. Oh, it's the new drug, man. The internet, social media, all that shit is just the new drug, man. People are looking for attention one way or another, and they turn to the internet for it, So that was just me, just being an artist and putting out there from what I'm seeing,
And the one thing that pisses me off the most about music nowadays, because individuals like yourself with that new drug song, that song should have been showed all over the world. That song should have been on the TVs, but instead they're showing 6ix9ine. And I want to say it's a monstrosity. There's many things I can say, but you guys deserve a hell of a lot more recognition.
If we was on a major label or something like that, it probably would be. It probably would have been on radio and TV, a billion times, man. But, it's the way of the world. And me, at this point in my life and creating, I don't even put that pressure on myself. It's for who's supposed to hear it, man. Everybody else, they can listen to whatever they want to. So I make music for the people who's supposed to hear it and want to hear it. And if you don't, more power to you. It's a billion other dope rappers. Now, I wouldn't say a billion other dope rappers. There's way more whack rappers than it is dope rappers, but it's a whole lot of options out here, man. If you don't like Young Noble and Outlawz music and Tupac music, man, more power to you, man. Go find something out there that makes you happy. If you love country music, your country shit, that you rocking with the country shit, that's what you love, and more power to you, man. Music is not fact based. It's based on your experiences in life. So when I'm rapping about the struggle and the pain, like this is shit from I've done really lived in real fucking life. And you might not have went through none of that. You might can't even identify with this shit. You know what I mean? You might cannot identify with none of the pain that I'm giving you because you haven't experienced none of this shit. And I respect that. You know what I mean? But you might like some country shit. You might, that's the life you might have, had, and you might have grew up in Houston or something, and rode horses, and you know what I mean, and your family might have had a farm and shit. That's the kind of music you love and grew up on. Man, do your thing. Like I said, music is a fact based, man. It's based on, your personal taste. So somebody say, yo, I don't like your music or the Outlawz ain't this. I'm like, well, it's just not for you then, man. You can't identify with, this real life shit we done been through, man. You know what I mean? I pity you, man. You know what I mean? Because you make some real good music that you can actually get some real life game from. So, if you're not in tune with this, then, maybe you just like to party a lot. You want to hear the party songs. Or, you like the extra lyrical miracle guys. Or, you want to hear that type of stuff, which is cool. You can't knock any of it. Everybody is entitled to make the kind of music they want to. Everybody's entitled to listen to the kind of music they want to. I don't even judge people like that, man. You know what I mean? It is what it is. So I make music for who it's for. The people who want to hear it.
So I gotta ask Young Noble, what's next for you? Is there anything else that I missed during this interview? Anything else you still want to promote? We still have you here on Outlaw Radio.
No, that's it, man. Just, grab that new Young Noble and Deuce Deuce. Watch the Signs album. It'll be out in about an hour and 30 minutes. And, grab that Outlawz CBD at outlawshemp.com if you want some Outlawz merchandise, some hats, some shirts, some hoodies, some sweatsuits. Go to outlawuniversity.net. Go to Outlawz Vivo. Check out some of these dope videos we've been dropping. You know what I mean? And stay tuned, man. We absolutely working on some real big stuff, man. Like I said, me and Edie got one more mission that we trying to complete, man, and it's gonna be fucking huge and phenomenal, man. And after that, we might give y'all one more album. I got a few different projects in works. Like me and Crazy Bone, we started on a couple songs for our new album. I just start picking beats for my next solo album. So I definitely still got some more work to do. But one of these days, I'm gonna just disappear from y'all, man. I might just post once a month when I'm at a different beach in a different goddamn country in a minute, man. I'm just trying to enjoy my life, man. And
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Noble. You deserve it, man. You deserve that shit. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. The years of music you made, you deserve that, man.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you, man. And you keep grinding. Keep doing them interviews, man, and keep getting better. And just keep expanding, man. Like I said, from that first conversation, I remember it. Like, I don't even really do the hotline no more. Like, I done took it out my bio. It's still on the Outlaw University page, but people still call me like then every other day. But it got kind of overwhelming for me. You know what I mean? Because people was like calling me like constantly, and I was making great money off of it, to be honest with you, bro. Like, people was paying $3.99 a minute to talk to me, man. And people would call me and be on the phone for a whole hour, man, while I'm riding around handling business and about to go to the studio and, just stay at my daughter, and I'll be on the phone talking to somebody from London and shit. You know what I mean? So, but it's like, I remember when you called, man, and I heard the genuineness in your voice, man, and the love you have for us, man. So, from that conversation and you crying, man, and it touched my heart, man. I'm like, this is a good dude right here, man. He got nothing but love for us, man. And so to see you, you DJ Immortal now for Outlaw Radio, man. You know what I mean? Come on, bro.
I'm gonna be honest with you, Noble.
It,
I think the reason why I did cry on that phone call with you, bro, is because I wasn't expecting you to pick up. To be honest with you, when you call a 900 number back in the day, you get an automated system or something. Then when it was actually you, you're like, "What's up?" And I was like, "Oh shit."
Or you would get a voicemail.
Yeah, so I thought that's what I was gonna get, like a voice clip. Then I heard you go, "Hey, what's going on?" Then I started talking with you. Then you started answering me. They're like, "Where are you from?" And I'm like, Brockville. You know what I mean? Then you replied, "Oh, where's that at?" That I was like, "Oh shit, I'm actually talking to the man." Like, I think that's why I teared up, man.
I get it. Like, everybody who called me be like, "Yo, I can't believe you actually called." I'm like, "Yo, it's a hotline. That's what I promoted it as. Like, you want to be able to call and talk to me, man." So I actually, I really stopped doing it. I'm like, "Yo, I just really don't." I'll be dealing. I do so much every day, man. It'd just be hard to just talk to all these strangers all day, man. Like, people be calling, like they want to know, like, "Yo, what kind of stereo Tupac like, man?" It'd be like, I don't really be having time for that, man. The money was great, man, but like I said, I made money in my sleep, man. I really just didn't have time to continue pushing it like that, man. But shout out to everybody who was calling me on the hotline. The hotline number's still up. I still answer it every once in a while, but I don't have time to just be on the phone for 3-4 hours a day.
And the one thing I do want to say with you, Noble, quickly before I wrap this up, this is one thing I've always wanted to tell you, because, like, even before I started doing this whole radio thing and before I called you, I've always followed you guys,
Right.
And one thing I've always noticed is when you guys did Vlad or other interviews, it was always about Tupac, man. And I do want to say that, you know what I mean? I'm sorry that you guys had to go through all that, man. I couldn't imagine losing one of my best friends and having to talk about him all the time, man. You guys deserve to promote your work.
But don't apologize for it, man. It just comes with the territory, man. Tupac was the, most iconic, controversial, rapper that ever lived. Like, let's take rapper out of it. Probably the most controversial entertainer that ever lived. Like, that been through some shit. I can't think of nobody else who was that controversial. Like, there isn't nobody that exists, man. You know what I mean? Like, you know, other than like Muhammad Ali or Michael Jackson, like he's in like that category. Might even be a little higher when it comes to, you know, like the things he went through in life, man. So I totally get it. I totally understand it, man. It's like, you know, we would never be able to get out of Tupac's shadow, man. It's like, you know, even this day, like 24 years later, it's like, oh, you know, yeah, your haters coming on, y'all still living on Tupac. Like, I just dropped a new album, you know, last month. Like, I mean, goddamn. Like, you know, like literally last year, 2019, I put out 5 CDs, bro. 5 of them.
Oh yeah.
5 of them.
And that's what I mean. There's a difference between living
Let
off
me try to name them for you, just so I ain't freestyling. Me and Deuce dropped Growth. We dropped Outlawz collaboration 1 and 2. I dropped Third Eye View last year, or was that this year? That was
last year, yeah.
And I dropped Outlaw Nation Volume
6.
I dropped 5 fucking CDs last year, and you still have motherfuckers talking about you living off Tupac. I be like, boy, y'all motherfuckers is crazy, man. Y'all run with anything. So I done, you know, we done been come to grips with that. You know, Pop Mama told us a long time ago, man. Like, you know, people's gonna talk about Tupac, you know, for eternity, man. You guys can't let that consume y'all. Y'all gotta pay that shit no mind. Like, half the shit, you know, y'all hear about and people go crazy about on the internet, you couldn't call Tupac family with none of that shit. They'll hang up on you. Like, man, we don't want to hear that shit. Call you, fuck them people and their opinions. You know, they can't fuck with Tupac. They couldn't even carry Tupac's bags, man. Don't call us with that shit. You know what I mean? But people expect us to go out and kill some goddamn body. You know, yo, Tupac music was too slow for me or something. They be hitting us up. Yo, why y'all ain't going to go beat this person? It's like, these people are fucking nuts, man. It comes with the territory of being associated with Tupac and being the actual last 2 active members. So it's like, you know, Tupac got a whole goddamn family, a country, a whole family members all across the country, but me and Edie is the last 2 members that was in the rap group, you know, so it's like we the most accessible, where they could come to and come to our pages and talk about how they feel, man. So it's like, you know, it just literally comes with the territory, man. But, you know, we almost, like I said, at the end of the road of even entertaining this whole entertainment business. Me and Edie's at that road. Like I said, like literally, we might do one more album. Might.
But I want to say, Noble, I really do, man. Just thank you for the years of music. Because I'm going to say this. This is the one thing that I've told you many times, but I just want to address this live, man. Because I know I'm not the only one that feels this way. You know, your music helped me through a lot of hard times, man. I mean, a lot of fucking hard times. And I really feel, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, if there wasn't the Outlawz in this world, I truthfully feel that I wouldn't be here today. And that's the god honest truth, man. So your music saved me and millions of people. So I gotta say, fuck the haters. The people that actually disrespect you guys, it actually pisses me off. Because the fact is, there's a difference between mooching off a person's legacy and actually preserving and, you know, remembering. What you do in your music is you show Pac love because that was your comrade. That was your friend, your homie, your brother.
Well, everything we do, everything I do personally, we try to do it in the honor of the brothers, man. So even, you know, if I do a song and I don't say Gaddafi's name or Fatal's name or Pac's name, the essence of the music I'm making, it represents them. You know, it's the music. It represents them, man. So, you know, and that's what Tupac was about. At the core of everything, he was about making great fucking music. Like, let's put all the other shit to the side, all the extra shit, you know, that happened. He loved making great music, man, and making music that meant something. And he passed that on to us that actually grabbed onto it and picked up the torch. You know, when you on the battlefield and soldiers fall and somebody hold the flag up, and you can't let the flag fall. Somebody got to pick it up. You know what I mean? So that's all we've been trying to do, man. And I think we've been doing a damn good fucking job. Like, you know, we went from a group of 7 down to 3. You know, here it is, 24 years later, man. We still in the game. Like, it's literally unheard. Let me say this one thing. When Pac died, bro, nobody really believed in us, bro. No fucking body. When I say, I'm saying this because like it done came out of people's mouth verbally to us. I'm talking about like people around us, like family members and shit, where motherfuckers literally thought it was over. Like Pac died, these niggas is done. Like they gonna go back to selling drugs. Life is done. Nobody would have ever. If I would have bet somebody $1 million after Pac died, and we would have said, yo, in 2020, the Outlawz would still be functioning. You know, traveling the fucking world, doing concerts, still making music whenever the fuck we want, dropping good music, not just any kind of music, good fucking music.
Phenomenal music.
I would have lost that bet back then, man. Nobody fucking believed in us, bro. So the fact that we still here doing it, you know, a lot of people don't like it. Like, yo, I've been thought these niggas would have been done with. You know, I'm telling you, we done heard it come out of people's mouths verbally. Y'all ain't gonna be this, like, you know, Pac on. Y'all ain't gonna. Motherfuckers really thought we wasn't gonna mount to nothing, man. So, you know, it's just a testament of what Pac instilled in, you know, us. Period. You know, it's definitely me and Edie when it comes to this music. Like, we never wavered from this shit. And me personally, like, not even to toot my own horn, bro, but like if you do all the music collectively as the Outlawz, you know, some people, you know, died early and, you know, Fader was solo for a minute and like I might got more songs than everybody put together, bro. Like if you talk about all Outlawz, collaborations and solo stuff and features, like bro, I be working, man. Like in the last 2 months, bro, I probably did at least 30 features for different artists, bro.
And I'm gonna be honest with you, Noble. I agree with that, man. I'm a super fan, bro. And there's even sometimes I mess up and I forget about a project.
Bro. I'm thinking, you know, people's holding on to their bread right now. It's like, bro, I probably did 30 songs for different artists in the last 60 days. You hear me? Like, I work, bro. Like, this is what I do, man. It's in my blood. So, you know, I'm glad I got that from Pop, man. You know, it's a lot of different things different people could have grabbed from him. You know what I mean? I'm glad I got that work ethic, man. That was the core of his essence, man. Trying to work hard through everything he was fucking going through. Like, if I'm going through jail shit and all this shit, I'm going to keep working. And it's going to make it all better. This fucking money I'm going to make, I'm going to be able to take care of my mom. It's going to make the stress go away a little more. I'm putting some great music out to the goddamn universe, man. So, you know, I'm not done yet, man. I got a lot more work to get out of me. But, yeah, I'm definitely not going to be, you know, doing this for many more years later. Like, I'm definitely not going to be rapping at 50 years old, you know. I got a few more projects I want to get out. We got one more big one. That's our main number one goal. And, you know, we gonna let motherfuckers just marinate on the music that we've been putting out for the last goddamn 20-something years, man. But rest in peace to Machiavelli the Dawn. Rest in peace to Killer Gaddafi. Rest in peace to Hussein Fatal. Rest in peace to Big Sight. Rest in peace to a famous Shakur. You know, rest in peace to all the young brothers losing their lives to senseless violence from the police, senseless violence from our own community. We just got to do better, man, as individuals. You know, we all got to take responsibility, man. Like, you know, I know Pac is extremely proud of us, man, that we've been out here not getting in trouble, not catching no cases, you know, not doing dumb shit, providing for our families, you know, keeping up on our taxes, you know, staying out of the fucking bullshit. You know, it's like you got to be real strategic out here, man. The odds is already against us, man. As young black males, we are outlaws, period, man. So, you know, I just all the brothers that's listening, man, we all got to do better individually, man. That's how we make the world a better place, man. You know what I mean? We gotta start with ourselves first and foremost, man. So that's all I've been trying to do, man. Is you know, start with myself, man, and be the best noble I could be, man. You know, for myself and my family and everybody who loves me and look up to me and support me. You know.
And I want to say, Deuce, quickly before I let you go, man. Thank you for coming on the radio station, man. It was an absolute honor. You know, I was telling my wife after we booked this and set everything up. I told her I'm gonna give this interview my all, man. Like, I mean, I think I went back on the questions like 5 or 6 times because I wanted to find the best questions. You know what I mean? And I gotta say, Noble, thank you for giving me this time, man. Because like I grew up listening to you. You're my idol, and it's not every day you get to interview someone that made a positive impact on your life.
And I appreciate you, man, and thank you for having me. And we was definitely supposed to do 20 minutes, and we going on an hour and 15 minutes right now. But it's my pleasure, man. You a great guy, man, and I salute you. And keep doing what you do. And this isn't going to be our last interview, man. Once I get back, into actually doing interviews on a constant basis, we definitely do something. Like I said, I've been sitting back, man. We working on some real nights, man. So I'm gonna get back on the trail in a minute, but like I said, man, I appreciate you for having me, man, and thank you for your support, my brother.
Hey, man, you're most certainly welcome. I say this all the time. Outlawz, fan till I die, man. You know what I mean? Just thank you, man, for years of music, everything you did for the industry. I'm telling you, man. I will. If you keep making these records, I'm gonna keep buying them because I got a purchase to make in about an hour and 10 minutes.
Thank you, man. So this is what I need you to do for me, man. I need you to, after you listen to it, let me know what you think of it, man. Send me a message or something, man, and let me know what you think of it, brother.
Hey, most definitely. You already know I will, man. And one thing I want to ask quickly about that record: are you going to be doing the hard copy, the signed hard copies again for the fans, or is that something you're not doing due to COVID?
Um, possibly. I got to talk to Deuce about that, man. We might have some hard copies soon.
All right, perfect. I want to say your Third Eye View album that's the autograph is actually up on my wall next to EDI Don Hope Dealer too. So I might as well add
Oh,
your new record up in the shadow box.
well, I'm gonna get once we get off the phone now. I'm gonna call Deuce, man, and I'm gonna actually talk about that and see, we get these hard copies in the next couple days, man. But other than that, good brother, it was a pleasure talking to you, man. I appreciate all the love and the support, man. You stay blessed, you and your family during this crazy time, the COVID, and a lot of people losing their jobs, and it's just real crazy, man. It's like the whole world got anxiety right now, man. So I pray you and your family is safe. Everything is okay with y'all, man, and stay safe out there, brother. And, we be in touch, man. I appreciate you.
Most definitely, brother. You stay safe as well, and I appreciate you as well. Thank you so much, Young Noble.
All love, brother. Stay blessed.
Stay blessed, brother.